epilepsy warning, even though I don't even know if this will actually cause any seizures, but I don't want to take the risk, so if you have epilepsy, please don't watch this. Goodbye! Hello there, everyone! Since Mother's Day is coming up, I decided to do a video on my mom, talking about 3 stories, because if I do any more, the video ends up being 80 minutes long, about her. Specifically, dumb stuff she's done. Well, one that she has done but no longer does, one that she only done once, and one that she continues to do to this day that annoys me. So, yeah, and on Father's Day, I'll do the same thing for my dad. But for now, let's focus on the 3 stories about my mom and the stupid things she has done. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the story about my mom, who I love very much, and I hope she doesn't see this video. Okay, let's start off with something my mom used to do but no longer does. My mom, whenever I would get in trouble, used to just let me get away with it. In a way. What would happen is, if I got grounded when I was a kid, whether it would be by her or my dad, she would then take me onto an errand she knew I would find boring. And if I didn't throw a fit right away in the driveway, she would, the moment we would get on the road, she would whip out my Game Boy, or she would whip out the DVD player and let me watch a movie or play the games I wasn't allowed to play. So, yeah, every time I would get grounded. Of course, then if there was a point where my dad wasn't home, she would just let me play on my Xbox or watch TV until he got home, and then she would tell me to get off. So, yeah, it was basically whole things like, as long as your father doesn't know, we'll let you get away with it. So, yeah, thank you, Mom, for making me never learn my lesson, because whenever I would get grounded, I would just wait until you were about to say, let's go somewhere, to do the things I was not allowed to do. Or I would wait until my dad wasn't home and then just do it anyway, because I know you would cool with letting me play on my Xbox and watch your TV. Oh, I'm grounded because I didn't do my homework? Because I spent too much time watching TV? Yes, let me watch more TV. Good idea. Yeah, that she doesn't do that anymore, and thankfully she stopped doing that about when I was 8, when I actively try to avoid getting grounded. So, yeah. Okay, now let's talk about something she only has done once, and then never did it again. This happened when I was 5, specifically. And I remember it so vividly because I could hear them arguing from inside my room, which is on the exact opposite side of the house to the backyard. So the fact I could hear them meant the neighbors could hear them. So, what happened was my dad was trying to trim some branches off on one of the dead trees that was next to his tool shed in our backyard. He wanted to cut down the tree, but he needed to remove some of the branches so that way they wouldn't scrape up against the shed. So he would try to trim as many branches as he could and toss them onto the ground somewhere. Now, some of these branches were freaking trunks because they were very, very thick. So, with that in mind, my dad would ask me when I was actually old enough to help, or my older brother, or my sister, or my mom to help him with something, usually by tying a rope out either the branch or the actual trunk of the tree and pulling as he's sawing through it. This was one of the times my mom helped. So, what was going on was there was a branch directly above the tool shed, and it was getting way too big, and it was about to touch some telephone lines. And my dad didn't want to risk there being a fire or the branch getting shocked and falling through his shed. His perfect little rust-covered, mold-filled tool shed. Yeah. So he asked for my mom's help because she was the only one home at the time. So he gave my mom very clear instructions, at least according to him. Knowing how my dad talks, he probably went like when he meant to say, hold the rope and pull. So my mom grabbed onto the end of the rope, and what she was supposed to do is the moment she notices the branch starts falling, she is supposed to pull, run, do whatever to make sure that the branch would fall onto the ground and not onto the tool shed. So, my dad starts cutting, my mom says that she understands perfectly, and a few moments go by, the branch starts falling. So my mom waits, and waits, and waits and waits. Okay, you probably see what's going on here. The branch gets to the part to where it smacks my dad in his ass. And because of how the branch was formed, it was also about to smack him in the head with one of its little trimmed off limb nubs. And that's when my mom finally pulls. It landed directly on top of on the tool shed's roof and punched a hole through it. And then the arguing starts. This is no longer he said, she said thing. It's more like, this is what I heard. Probably not one for one because I was 5 at the time, but this is what I remember them saying. Why didn't you pull the branch? I did! Why didn't you do it when I told you to? I did do it when I told you to! No, you didn't! Yes, I did! I said, you told me to pull it as it was falling, and I did! I told you to pull it as soon as you noticed it start falling. I did! You didn't notice it was falling until it was on me? No, I noticed it falling way before then. Then why didn't you pull sooner? Because you didn't tell me to pull then. So, yeah. That was the time my mom let my dad get spanked by a tree. Anyway, now time to talk about something that she continues to do to this day that annoys me. My mom has a habit of not throwing away or putting away any of her leftovers. She'll just put a dish full of food onto the counter. She won't put the food in a container and put it in the refrigerator. She won't dump it in the trash can. No, she'll just put it in the counter. Even if there's not that much food left and it would actually be safe to pour down the sink, she won't rinse off the bowls or plates. No. She'll just take them, look at the sink, and put them straight on the countertop and this is something she says quite often, not every time, but she'll say something along the lines of, I don't know if they're dirty, and I don't know if I should put this in there with the dirty dishes. And something I usually say along the lines of is, are you going to continue eating? Are you done eating? And the answer is usually no. And then I respond with, then put the bowl or the plate, or the silverware, or just put the dish in the sink, and throw away the food. She says, okay, and then just go straight to her office. Never does it. Yeah, it's like, constantly doing that. Our cat can get on the counter, so he will try to eat whatever's on there, even if it makes him sick. So, guess how much cat puke I have to clean up? Well, thankfully, in the past month, none. Before that, about 7 pounds of it. 7 pounds of cat puke I had to clean up. Well, here and there. But because cat keeps eating the new food that he doesn't know will get him sick. Because my mom doesn't freaking wash her plates and often doesn't tell me that she's got herself a meal, so I don't know to go in there to check. So I've just been recently just constantly checking. And also, bugs and rats can get on our counters. So we're having an infestation of bugs and rats because she doesn't throw away or put away any of the food. She just leaves it on the countertop. This is why I try not to put my phone on the countertop, because it's constantly covered in rat shit and bugs. But no. No, if I put my phone somewhere and you find it, just keep putting it on top of the rat poop. Yeah, sure, I love having to constantly clean my phone. It's not like that I hold my phone near my face. So, yeah, sure, I'll be happy to keep cleaning rat poop off the screen. Yeah, thanks guys, thank you. How did you know I wanted shit on my face? Anyway, those are 3 things about my mom for Mother's Day. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you'll enjoy when I upload my Father's Day video. See y'all next time!
Well,
Happy Mother...
happy Mother's Day.
I am gonna put you in the credits at the end where like, thanks to Ethan for helping me with the thumbnail.
How's it look? Watch it. Oh my god!
Just grab it. Don't spam it.
Oh, wait for that though. That looks good, by the way. I don't know if you can do that.
Ah, I see that. It looked like a blurry mess.